Okay, so I want to talk about how inside Illustrator you can make a illustration of a metal object using the gradient fill, the Pathfinder, and various shapes. I'm going to use this photograph of this key that I found on the internet. I'm just going to hold down Control to click on it and copy the image, and then I'm going to transfer it into Illustrator. If I go and choose Edit and Paste, that will paste the image directly in there. I need to resize this slightly so it will fit onto the page, and then I also need to rotate it so that it actually is horizontal rather than sitting in an unusual angle. This will help me by actually creating it a little easier, kind of like that. The next thing I need to do is then look at my layers, and I need to make sure that I actually turn this into a template. And template locks it in place and kind of lightens it so I can work over the top. How I want to then work is assume that I can place objects right over the top, and I can use this as a rough guide. I'm using my smart guides to actually line up objects, and those are the green lines that are showing up right here. This key's slightly kind of at a different angle, but I'm going to keep it accurately shaped with circles to begin with, and then I'm going to go ahead and put a rectangle in, and you can see that I'm basically filling all these shapes that I need to actually work. And then it covers up all of that content. So if I actually press and selected everything, I can go change it to a red outline and actually go and empty the color and have no fill in there. And then I can actually see where I'm working. If I continue, I could go create a rectangle and rotate it, and this would be a good position to actually cut that out. I actually wanted a softer corner on that, so I would probably go and choose the rounded rectangle, like that, and that would give me a softer corner to actually place and cut inside of there, kind of like that. So now if I start to think about what I need to do to make this work, I'm going to select this piece and this piece right here by holding down Shift to select multiple pieces, and I'm going to use my Pathfinder to link these two together, and then I'm going to take this piece right here and actually cut a hole out of that area right there. So I hold down Shift, and then I remove that section right there. If I keep working, I can go ahead and do the same again and continue to actually find pieces that will actually cut into these objects right here. So I can take another one, copy and paste, copy and paste. Now I'm actually pressing down Option as I actually move the object to duplicate it, and you can do that as well. And you can see I've now got various pieces that will be able to cut away. Even cut a piece off that end piece right there. So if I actually take all of these pieces right here and even unite them together, that becomes one piece. And then I can actually cut this piece right here out of this piece right here. So I have to hold down Shift, and then I choose minus front. If you wish, you can also use the direct selection tool to move your point around into a position that would actually create any kind of angle to finish it off like that. So I can keep working. I can take this piece right here, and this piece, and merge those together. And then I can use my direct selection tool to move these up, and then actually play around with the location of them. You can get a little bit more precise. This one right here, I use the exclude. So I'm going to select on it, select the other one, and then I'm going to use the exclude feature, which cuts a hole in it. Okay. Then I'm actually going to go and apply my gradient right here. The gradient is applied by clicking on this box, or this slider right here, to actually apply the color. And then I can actually change the various colors by double clicking on these little locations. I can choose from my color picker, or I can go from the swatch palette that I have right here. I want to add more points, so I just click on this line below, and I can add multiple points, and then click to actually change each one of those. So as you can see, I'm kind of varying the color to give it a banded color appearance, and actually resemble that of an actual piece of metal. Then I can actually change the angle of the metal, and I can even go ahead and actually switch over to the outline, make sure the object's selected, and apply an outline too. and that gives it that appearance. Now this is very flat right now, and this has got a lot more objects, so I could actually go ahead and put a couple more objects actually in there. That's resembling this piece right here. And then I could also go ahead and create a piece right here, and even put a rounded ellipse right there, like an oval. So I can stretch that until they meet. Now I might want to actually get this piece right here to match and join this one, so I'm going to click Shift and select both of them, and then choose Unite. And then I want it to appear actually on here, so I'm actually going to use the intersect. Now if I click down Shift and hold both, what's going to happen is that the two that exist are going to disappear and the new one appears. So I could copy that now, go undo, and then paste this back into place like that. And that way I actually have a piece to work with. If you want to directly alter the gradient on the object, you can click on this gradient tool right here with the letter G for gradient, and then I can actually move this up and change the points, and I can also click and remove various points off of here to simplify the actual color, and that'll give me more of an appearance as though it's actually chiseled out. Keep working and adding gradients to make the shape more complex. Don't forget to save your work once you've completed it.